Tonight.
Or today, depending on wherever you're watching this event from. For me, I got to watch this at lunchtime.
The best in the world.
Giving this an automatic 50 cents because of the ridiculous title of Best in the World. To be the best in the world is not decided in some tournament with only 8 wrestlers. A better idea would have been to be the best in the world, you must first defeat the entire freaking roster in a tournament going on for the next few months. And only then would I find this interesting. Also, this whole World Cup tournament contains American participants only. If they really wanted to make this a true World Cup, WWE should have had each of these 8 wrestlers be from 8 different countries or something. Not too difficult to do, you know. Here's another 3 cents for WWE not knowing what a freaking World Cup means. Samoa Joe's position as the challenger for the WWE Championship is super awkward given the circumstances of his title match. Also, this doesn't even feel like a reignition of the AJ Styles vs Samoa Joe rivalry considering they had literally 0 time to prepare it. Should have made the decision regarding Daniel Bryan a few weeks back or something.
Are you ready?
Of cementing their legacy.
How the hell does this random tag team match cement the legacies of any of these 4 legends? Nothing comes from this in the outcome, and we knew that before they even began this show. There is no way in hell that this match will cement any legacy. Also, that reminds me, you know how I removed 26 Sins as a respect for Shawn Michaels' retirement? Well, since he lied to us and came out of retirement, I'm putting those back. Just like I did for The Undertaker at WrestleMania 34 after he pranked us into thinking he retired also.
But he started a war.
A war that we never asked for. WWE has a shitload of pyrotechnics tonight for nearly every wrestler, but still does not have any opening pyrotechnics. That's a little unusual if you ask me. I don't give a shit about the distant past. It was fucking awesome to see the return of Hulk Hogan tonight. I will be removing 5 sins for this great return, even though that doesn't look like it'll do much help for the many sins I've already collected in the first 3 minutes of this event. Although, once again, a WWE legend is given the spot as host of the event, though he does absolutely nothing but say a vintage catchphrase in a 3-minute cameo, and then that's it. A host should really have an impact on the show instead of making a cameo in the beginning and then never being seen or mentioned for the rest of the near 4 hours. Michael Cole trying to battle the fireworks in a game of who can be the loudest. Newsflash, the Pyrotechnics win every time.
1,474, that is unthinkable!
Well, unless you've heard of Bruno Sammartino, that is.
In front of the whole WWE Universe.
No disrespect, but the entire WWE Universe can't fit into a single stadium in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. That would have to be one big-ass stadium.
It's unbelievable to be your host tonight.
I don't know what's more believable, the fact that Hulk Hogan is the host, or the fact that he doesn't do a damn thing at all as the host. Decide.
The show starts right now.
Actually, the show started about 3 minutes ago, but go on. Yes, it's epic to see Hulk Hogan finally back in the WWE, but knowing that this was the last time we'd see him tonight made us ultimately forget that he was even the host of the show. Once again, that's sad. I assume that Renee Young is on commentary for this event as a way to make up for Michael Cole being on commentary for the all-women's pay-per-view Evolution earlier this week. I suppose we're even now. I get that WWE was trying to get the final 2 participants of this tournament to be one from Raw and the other from SmackDown, but it would still be interesting to have each quarterfinal match be a SmackDown vs. Raw match.
He is a former 2-time.
Sorry, but announcing all the accomplishments of each wrestler doesn't make this all the more excited. It only adds more minutes to the runtime and more feelings of boredom on my end. Also, if we're going to announce the list of accomplishments of each wrestler, why can't we do that while said wrestler is making his way to the ring? Would save up more time, honestly. Also, I'll remove another sin because I actually admire the customized stage setup. Most would disagree, but I like the giant crown. Rey Mysterio accidentally mooning the crowd while trying to position himself in the right pose during his entrance.
Proving I'm the best in the world?
Well, whoever's in charge of the audio tech is obviously not the best in the world, considering Rey's mouth is off sync with what he's saying. You had one job, audio technicians.
That this tournament is one of the reasons I came back.
Wow, a random tournament that has honestly no prestige to it and has a bullshit title of best in the world was enough to bring Rey Mysterio back to the WWE after years of inactivity? Tell me, does that really sound accurate to any of you? Because I'm having a hard time believing that.
As the best.
First, the technicians backstage mess up with the synchronization of Rey's audio, and then they cut him off short before he could finish saying best in the world. What a bunch of assholes.
Most dangerous competitor.
You're funny, Michael. Look at me walking in the shadows while staring at my feet. I learned this trick from my days in the Wyatt family. Ooh, I'm spooky.
Tonight.
Oh, I get it. The technicians are just being assholes to Rey Mysterio by the audio botch and the video cutoff, whereas Randy Orton gets a synchronized full-screen video. Dicks.
I'm going to prove it.
Tonight I'm going to prove that I'm the best, which tends to not happen most of the time I say a cliche. Boy, I don't know where to start on the list of wrestlers who have said that and ultimately failed.
The year that Rey Mysterio started...
I don't know if many noticed this, but the graphics on the ring literally writing the letters RKO was an awesome addition to Randy's entrance. That's another send-off for the cool creativity.
Rivalry renewed here tonight.
Just because they're facing off in a tournament doesn't mean that the rivalry is renewed. There'd have to be some personal attacks or promos to renew this rivalry. Ray and Randy facing off in this tournament is pure coincidence and nothing else.
Orton is looking to avenge.
You've got to be kidding me. Corey Graves believes that Randy is looking to avenge his loss against Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 22, which was freaking 12 years ago. I'm pretty sure Randy had let it go by this point.
I'm pleased with that.
First of all, Rey Mysterio thinks he's Hulk Hogan. In some ways, I don't blame him for being excited at the return of the Hulkster, but still. Secondly, Ray made a huge mistake by climbing the ropes and turning his back on Randy at the same freaking time, thus allowing Randy to take advantage. And thirdly, Randy's face is pretty much my expression at Ray's stupid mistake. Randy's expression would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion.
You don't want to try to outpower Orton if you're Rey Mysterio.
Well, duh. Pretty much every opponent Ray has ever faced is bigger than him, so I highly doubt that he would ever try to actually outpower any of them.
Randy Orton.
And look at Orton with a knee right to the midsection.
Actually, that knee was right to Ray's shoulder, not his midsection. Wrong body part location, Michael.
Looking to overpower Mysterio.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult when you're facing Rey Mysterio, as I had previously just mentioned.
13-time world champion.
Even despite the fact that we heard an extremely long and detailed recital of Randy Orton's championship accomplishments before his entrance, Michael Cole believes that we still need to hear them. Newsflash, we don't. Shockingly, this is not what's going to piss me off the most about this event. Seriously, my sin counter is capable of taking any damage now.
Could come down.
What a devastating kick to the air.
Opportunity for one.
Wow, that was a picture-perfect dropkick and a perfectly timed jump. Kudos to both Ray and Randy for that cool moment. Here's another sin off. Randy Orton thinks he's the Undertaker. Did anybody else notice his imitation of the Undertaker's vintage sit-up?
Orton wanted. This could be it right here.
The more time Randy wastes slowly approaching Ray to pin him, the more I cringe. After a perfect dropkick like that, why the hell would you slowly approach your opponent? That's very poor strategy.
This is two of the best of the best.
That is the second time in less than a minute that the commentators refer to these two as two of the best. Even adding in another best still makes it qualify for the repeating line sin.
As if Randy Orton's toying with his prey.
No shit, you think?
Like the kind of kid that would pick the wings off a fly.
Like the kid who would pick the wings off of flies? Is it weird that I got a little disturbed upon hearing that line?
He's been absolutely ruthless.
Really? Randy Orton? Acting ruthless? Where in the hell have you been all these years, Corey? That's Randy's average behavior.
Really looks better than ever right now in his career.
This wrestler looks better than he ever did before, cliche. Attempted mask ripping. Also, I would think that after all these years of wrestlers trying to rip off his mask, Ray would have more safety latches installed, or at least wear a second mask underneath just in case. Watch his hair? This referee is dumb if he actually thinks the mask on Ray's head qualifies as his hair. That was a little embarrassing.
Randy Orton has won 2 Royal Rumbles.
Shut the fuck up with the accomplishment list, Michael. We've heard his resume so many times already.
Randy looking to pay a little homage with a superplex.
Corey, that's Randy who's trying to pay homage with Cowboy Bob Orton with the superplex, not Ray. Good lord, please tell me this event gets better as we go on.
Now and Randy Orton right to his ear.
How many times are the commentators going to confuse these two apart? And Jesus, this match is only 5 minutes long and this video is already getting a little long.
Orton's equilibrium.
Randy was already starting to fall before Ray could connect the seated senton. Seems I'm finding a sin for every move in this match. No one cares what's trending.
Oh, and a nice DDT.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I've just about had it with the commentary botches. How is a bulldog a DDT in any way? Here's another 3 sins added for this horrible commentary. Do I seriously have to keep going through this show?
Led him to this almost legendary status.
Corey Graves doesn't consider Rey Mysterio to be a legendary wrestler after a long career success. What an asshole. Too much time wasting. Get back to trying to defeat Ray, dumbass. Stop posing for the crowd already.
Able to counter.
Sunset flipped attempt botched.
Orton here. Hey, Rey Mysterio.
Damn, who would have thought that botching your move would actually finish off your opponent? Boy, that escalated quickly. Also, even before Randy attacks Ray post-match, the ring announcer forgets to announce Ray as the winner of the match. Post-match assault. Ew.
Randy Orton, I believe, was embarrassed.
A majority of the commentary on this terrible show is the commentators either stating the obvious, botching names and moves, or reciting wrestlers' accomplishments.
Rey Mysterio is hurt.
Just so I don't have to mention more stating of the obvious, here's 5 additional sins. For the horrible quality of this pay-per-view event, it's gonna get a lot of them. Nearly 30 seconds of Randy debating about whether or not he should leave the ring or continue attacking Ray. Honestly, wish he would do the first one so we can get on with the show. Who else thought and actually hoped that Randy would whack Ray with a trophy, thus ruining the prize for this entire tournament? I did. Ray tells the referee that he can't breathe, and yet his post-match injuries magically heal within an hour. It's like as if the assault never even happened to him.
Is Rey Mysterio.
Come on, you can announce him better than that. Put in a little more enthusiasm next time, dumbass. Most of the time I cannot tell if that's really The Miz or not. Those creepy goggles just don't suit him. I'm sorry, but they don't. I'm honestly surprised that Byron Saxton isn't insulting The Miz, whining and throwing a temper tantrum like he normally does anytime he brings up The Miz. I guess he really is all talk and no walk.
So to answer
CM Punk chants.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Haha, Michael Cole got interrupted by the bell ringing. While reciting Jeff Hardy's championship accomplishments, Greg Hamilton forgets the fact that Jeff is a 4-time Intercontinental Champion, and if we're announcing the accomplishments of all the wrestlers, at least try not to forget any of them. Jeff Hardy's pyro sadly doesn't go off in time to his signals. Once again, I say to the technicians, you had one job.
Conquered by demons poisoning my mind.
Jeff Hardy managed to sneak in his history of drug abuse into a PG show. You didn't think I noticed, did ya? I'm Christian freaking Maracle. I see everything in the WWE.
one of the demons who was vanquished was Samoa Joe.
And yet Samoa Joe gets a prize much more prestigious and much more important than this World Cup, and that's the WWE Championship.
Tournament. Have you ever seen him?
The creepy goggles followed by the weird dancing to the beat of his music. I can't believe I would ever say this, but The Miz is creeping me the fuck out.
I hate to nitpick, you know.
I don't. Nitpicking is how the Sins concept works, as annoying as it is.
Possibly the most intelligent toddler known to mankind.
Corey Graves actually believes Monroe Mizanin is more intelligent than any other toddler her age. And also, how would he know that? Has he been stalking the Mizanin family? I'm on to you, Corey.
Did you ever have a conversation with Monroe Sky? I did.
Scene sadly does not contain a flashback. I would have loved to see Corey have a conversation with the Mrs. Baby.
Whatever it takes.
To go up against somebody like Jeff.
Don't mind me, just wanted to test the strength of the ring ropes before the match begins. Yep, they bounced me right back to my feet. We're good, you were saying?
There's so much respect from the WWE Universe. You know that gets to Miz.
Really? Jeff Hardy having respect for the WWE Universe gets on the Miz's case? How does Renee Young know that? We have not once seen Miz get upset all because Jeff respects the fans. Or is she just making things up as we go along here? My guess is the latter.
On to face Rey Mysterio.
Jeff Hardy claps to get the fans to start clapping, but then switches to the delete ton. As if he decided, nah, clapping is for sissies. Let's delete that.
Being careful and wait.
This match just started and The Miz is already posing for the crowd, just like Rey Mysterio did earlier. Are we going to end up seeing this for literally every match? Also, the way Miz is yelling best in the world gives me flashbacks to his ridiculous all day long catchphrase. You know, that one he hasn't used in about 10 years or so.
Jeff Hardy goes for something hot.
Why would you do that?
Keep your head on a swivel.
What's going on here? Just as Jeff and Miz are about to lock up again, they both suddenly turn and look at something. Did somebody try to jump the barricade and get into the ring? What are they even looking at?
He's not the same man ever since his Hell in a Cell match.
Actually, he is. It's the same Jeff Hardy I've seen recently. Still paints his face, still dances to his music, still does high-risk maneuvers, so what does Michael Cole see in Jeff that makes him not the man ever since the Hell in a Cell match with Randy Orton?
He's changed. He's different.
And I got no explanation for how I know that he's changed and that he's different because even I know it's bullshit.
And Hardy now, face first.
Jeff Hardy thinks he's woken Matt Hardy. Or should I say, Brother Nero thinks he's woken Matt Hardy. Either way, I'll send it.
Miz doesn't take selfies. He has people for that.
How would you know? Got your nose.
Clean win might be nice.
Even a quick victory can qualify as a clean victory just as long as no cheating is involved. And either way, Eddie Guerrero got the ultimate respect for lying, cheating, and stealing. But yeah, when Miz does it, it's a crime.
Baker Mayfield's actually a big Miz fan.
If you got no proof of that, then I have a hard time believing you. Also, can we please stop talking about how certain celebrities are fans of The Miz? That's pretty much a majority of Corey's commentary in this match. Talk about the match! Is that too freaking hard to ask for?
Entire first part of the match.
And oh, now it's
Maybe next time, don't slowly walk back to the corner before advancing on your opponent again. It'll give him all the opportunities to recover and counter.
time world champion.
Woo.
To the jaw. Jeff Hardy, little whisper.
Oh, come on. The Miz was watching Jeff the whole time and could have easily countered the whisper in the wind. Hell, he could have simply taken a step backwards and he would have easily avoided it. Not that difficult to do, you know. My pecs are so muscular. Be jealous, folks.
Now Hardy sends Miz outside.
Jeff does want to win this match, right? And knowing him, Jeff would never take a count-out victory for anything. So why bother tossing the Miz outside the ring?
Got up a little slow after delivering the damage.
Why didn't Jeff just keep his shirt on before setting the ropes for the Swanton Bomb? Or take it off before the match even starts? Because this hesitation to strip down is what ultimately cost Jeff the victory and the chance to win the World Cup.
Rope Miz wisely rolled
See what I mean? Begging for mercy.
the ropes to his advantage in the official.
The Miz actually thinks he won despite the referee obviously catching him with his feet on the ropes. Sometimes the Miz can be a dumbass.
Hardy, look at a steal one here.
Commentator stupidly refers to a roll-up as stealing the victory cliche. This video is already extremely long. Did I already say that before? Meh, I don't care. There's a lot of rules that'll be broken in this event when it comes to the sins. I'll remove a sin because I actually thought Jeff's eyes were open and was watching the referee's count preparing to kick out, only to realize that it was actually the painted eyes on his eyelids. That was trippy.
But it makes me nauseous. Miz wins the best in the world.
The thought of The Miz winning the entire World Cup tournament makes Michael Cole nauseous. If we were talking in 2011, that would have given Michael a never-ending orgasm. And if he had his creepy erection for Miz today, he'd lose No Nut November.
You won't be able to live with him.
Renee Young doesn't even live with The Miz in the first place. Dean Ambrose would be pissed.